Hi guys, it's AZ or Andrew. Is the free part of the lesson number 2 of one of the best music production courses and audio mixing courses. After 11 years of teaching, I fully updated it. Each week I create one 100 minutes lesson. On every Monday and every Thursday I publish a free video of 10 minutes. Those free videos are exact parts of that full 100 minutes lesson of that week. Subscribe and check the list of my videos. Learn from those free videos twice a week. Use these free videos as a real example of a full 100 minutes lesson of that week, which you can buy. And do it each week. Read the description or the first pinned comment to understand how to buy this full 100 minutes lesson of this week or any other lesson. And for more details. What we're gonna learn today, as always, 80% of the main topic and 20% as a bonus topic, but this time is crazy important bonus topic. Mixer topic first. It's absolutely versatile system which clarify any mixer and you will never be lost in any situation. And then we quickly go to first serious topic of this course called Panorama. Panorama is not just left and right. You're gonna be surprised how much useful things you can learn from this topic. In the end of each class we have bonus topics. Consider them like super important extra topics. First lesson on the studio setup. It's crazy cool topic where we're gonna bust all myths about studio acoustics. Serious companies like Genelec who make those top-end studio monitors, and their system is actually wrong, and I'm gonna prove mathematically why. You can say, okay, let's examine the waveforms. You can say, visually it's pretty obvious that on the previous synthesizer, it had different waveforms over here, and you can say, oh, that's why it's a stereo. And then probably we need to examine snare drum, right? Like take a close look to those waveforms and maybe we will know if it's exactly identical or not. But the question is, what if they are almost similar but have little difference in the waveform? How you can see it on the screen, right? But once they have at least little difference, it's already not mono. It will have difference between left and right, which means it's automatically stereo. For this, I offer you a couple of rules and actually your first plugin and your first measurement. And this plugin is for free. I actually kind of not even user of plugins of this company, but this free plugin they offer is literally one of most commonly used plugin of mine. I don't consider it like important plugin, but statistically it's like always used by me because it really allows me to identify mono versus stereo. I will put this plugin on the master bus. Just for convenience. I can put it on individual channels, but I will put it on the master bus. Called Ozone Imager 2 by a company called Isotope. To get this plugin for free, you just go to their website, you find this plugin, they ask you to provide an email, and they send the link to the plugin to your email. Payable large plugin called Isotope Ozone, not as good as this one in my opinion, because it's simple, straightforward, and easy to use. So synthesizer 1. Vertical line on the vectorscope. In Panorama, this is most important meter. It's called correlation meter. It has -1 position, 0 position in the middle, and +1 on the top. When you press play, you need to pay attention to this white little dot. If this white little dot is stuck to the farthest +1 position and doesn't even shake, this meter just says it's fully mono sound. So the rule is this. If vectorscope shows you very narrow vertical line, and white dot on the correlation meter is stuck to +1 position and not even moving, it's mono. The question is, if you want more scientific explanation what it really means, correlation meter shows you the phase between left and right channel. As two waveforms completely identical means they have exactly the same phase. We're gonna talk about phase during the course, and I have absolutely phenomenal phase topic with my own techniques which beat any existing traditional phase techniques, phase alignment techniques. It will be in the end of the course. For now, let's agree that we're gonna just simplify. We're just gonna say if it shows +1, it's mono. Next, I check synthesizer 2. Look, it has, I call it cloud information on the vectorscope over here, and white dot is not stuck to +1. It's moving somewhere in between. It means it's a stereo sound. Snare drum. Again, one vertical line and white dot stuck to +1. That's it. So it's mono. And now this question which I asked you in the first place. So last channel is if it's mono or stereo? Even though it has two circles, it has two waveforms, vertical line, and y dot is stuck to +1. So even though it looks like stereo sound, in fact it's mono sound. Ozone Imager 2 unit, or similar plugins of this kind. Mono is a vertical line, narrow, not just line, but narrow line. If it's a bit like cloudy, it's already stereo. It can be super narrow, but stereo. So it should be very narrow vertical line. Mono is a vertical line on the vectoroscope, and the white dot is stuck to +1 position, and it doesn't shake, it doesn't move on the correlation meter. So we can make a picture over here to explain it. So it will be vertical line 0 +1 -1, and position of it is just over here. So it doesn't even move from +1. Now I'm gonna give you a scientific explanation. What's the real difference between stereo sound and mono sound? As you can see, mono channel and stereo channel is not a definition of if you deal with mono sound. You can have stereo channel, but it can contain mono sound. Mono sound is the same phase and frequency for left and right. Imagine this. Phase is a look of a waveform. Remember, we started with the idea that you potentially can look at the waveform. Like, let's say this synthesizer has a picture of the waveform which looks quite different, don't you think? Check it out. A bit fatty part over here, a bit thinner part over here. For phase, it's not, of course, just the look of the waveform. But for now, to simplify until we go to more advanced topics where I'm gonna explain phase, now let's just agree you imagine phase as a picture of the waveform. Picture of the waveform, exactly the same on the left and on the right. Stereo channel, but snare has a mono sound, right? It has exactly 100% the same waveform on the left and on the right. I can zoom in so quick, so closely that it moves down, it goes up. So it's exactly the same look of the waveform, exactly the same phase between left and right. Correlation meter, if this white dot is stuck to +1, it means there is absolutely no difference in the picture of the waveform on the left and on the right. Which means, differently speaking, exactly the same phase on the left and on the right. Again, I'm not gonna say picture of the waveform and phase is exactly the same thing, but to simplify at this point, it makes sense. I said the same frequency on the left and on the right. The question is why? Because frequency, actually, it's a length of the waveform, right? Let's say like this. It means lower frequency. It sounds not just like but more like If the same waveform will be shorter, it will sound not like but but higher. But a lot of harmonics inside of the sound, also frequencies. They just higher and higher and higher, those peaks on the frequency analyzer. They also have their own waveform sort of length. So if for some reason left side will have, let's say, longer waveforms and right side will have shorter waveforms, which means different frequencies on the left and on the right, it automatically makes different phase. Why? Because phase is a picture of the waveform in simplification, right? So this looks not exactly like this. It automatically ruins the first rule. Phase should be the same on the left and on the right. Picture should be exactly the same on the left and on the right. Now, because of different frequencies, it already doesn't look the same, which means it's not the same phase, and which means it's not mono anymore. I created this definition by myself, but it's very on point. But you can say, wait a second, didn't you say that there is third parameter in audio called amplitude, which is volume? Why volume is not participating in this rule? So what about volume? So what it means? If volume on the left and on the right is different, isn't it stereo? No, it's not stereo. It's just different balance between left and right speaker, but it's still mono sound. Let me explain. So this is stereo channel, two waveforms. But we found out it has narrow vertical line and y dot is stuck to +1. I put panorama of this channel to the left, partially to the left, let's say. I play it. Yes, it has more volume from the left speaker than from the right speaker. But who cares? it's still mono sound. Waveform between left and right is not changed. By itself, it will sound like narrow one simple mono sound just a bit from the left, that's it. According to even this plugin, it's still mono, for example. It's still very narrow vertical line, and Y dot is stuck to +1. Check it out, just because of it sounds a bit louder from the left speaker or from the right speaker, it doesn't mean we change the sound. What if, let's say, I play just straightforward mono sound and I just make manually left monitor louder? Did I convert this drum to stereo just by making left monitor louder? No, it's still the same sound, mono sound. It's not wide stereo synthesizer, right? It's a mono snare drum recorded with mono microphone. So just because if I pan it to the left, we just hear left side louder, but even this plugin shows us it's a mono sound. Narrow vertical line, and Y dot on the vectorscope stuck 2+1 position while I playing it. In our rule over here, everything is so on point. We just say that mono sound is the same phase and frequency from the left and right, but not amplitude. You can put mono sound to the left, but it doesn't sound stereo because of this. If I go not to this channel, but previous, this is snare drum, but represented as mono channel, I can do the same thing. Now it's in the middle of Panorama, vertical line, Y dot stuck +1. I pan it to the left, partially or fully. It's just narrow vertical line and Y dot still stuck to +1. It's not stereo, it's a panned mono to the left. Louder from the left speaker, that's it. Very good. Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about how Panorama usually organized in audio engineering. Check the first pinned comment or the description to find out how to buy any of full 100 minutes lessons, full guide, which class to choose, when exactly these lessons come out. Don't forget to check my channel twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays when I release free parts of those full-blown lessons.